All right, Ryan Fitzpatrick is here. One of my favorite people in media. He's here with State Farm. What's going on, buddy?
How are you? We're just talking about your glow up, man. I love your outfits. I think you got the real, dad Rico Suave thing going on. I'm a big fan.
I appreciate that. It's so easy, Ryan, when you become a dad, because every other dad just starts wearing like huge hoodies and
Yeah.
big jeans, and then you just say, "Well, I'm just gonna wear a nice $40 jacket," and then you just out jacket them for the rest of your life. It's not hard. The bar is very low. It's not like being in an NFL locker room or anything like that. The bar is very low to be a fashionable dad.
I agree, and I'm one of those guys that fails at it most of the time. So
That's okay. You can pull it off.
yeah, thank you.
You're good. You get the beard and all that. I want to get to all that, but I want to start here. You had Josh Allen on your show with Andrew Whitworth, which is one of the best, I think, ex-player podcasts you can possibly have. You know Buffalo very, very well. Explain to me something I don't appreciate just from watching it. I don't appreciate about the way Josh Allen plays.
I'll tell you what, he's come a long way in terms of the mental side of the game. There's a time where, and you'll see it again this year, people don't play him the same way, just like they don't play Patrick Mahomes the same way that they play everybody else. And so at times it gets a little repetitive. Okay, cover two shell, make me be patient. Great. But you saw some moments in that Ravens game. And the one in particular that I'm thinking about is he's conducting, he's orchestrating. He puts James Cook on the left side. They run a protection. There's a free rusher coming from the right, and he sneaks him across. It's a play that they said, look, if we get this look, this is the play we want to be in. He executes it perfectly. He gets everybody set up. That play clock is coming down, and Cook catches it and goes for about 50. So there's little things in the game like that where he's now become on the level of the Tom Brady's and the Peyton Mannings, where if he gets a look and he's prepared for the look, he's not going to miss. And it's really important to have guys up front that are veterans that can understand when you're making those checks and do it in a timely manner. But he's come a really long way in that regard, and it was fun to see on Sunday night.
I think getting better in that regard is something every quarterback wants to do. How did he do it? Is that just work? Is that just something innate was in him, ready to be unlocked? Like, how do you get better at that specific game within the game?
Yeah, I think reps matter. I think coaching really matters. I think when he was with Brian Dable, he took a really big step,
Yeah.
and it was great to have him as one of his first coaches in the NFL because Dave's is a really smart coach. That system is a really smart system that puts a lot on quarterbacks. And so for it to be demanding and challenging, and then just the reps that he's seen over and over and over again as the years have gone by, you don't want to get complacent as a quarterback. And he just continues to grind and push and try to get better at the mental side of the game. And I think that's really important for him as he progresses.
Fascinating. I'm going to put it to you. You understand quarterback play. The most underrated quarterback right now, as we speak, week 2 of the NFL in the NFL is who?
Is Brock Purdy. It's Brock Purdy, even though he's been paid. I think everybody in San Francisco appreciates what he brings and what he does every single week. But I still don't think that NFL fans appreciate how good this guy is. And when you put on his tape, the anticipation that he throws with, the stuff that he gets those guys out of in terms of avoiding bad plays. And then what a great example in week 1, he throws 2 interceptions, right? But he's played in so many dang games. He has so much confidence in himself. He's so calm when he's out there that then what happens at the end of the game, he has a situation where he has a chance to drive them down to win the game. And what does he do? He goes down and wins the game. And so I think a very important progression as a quarterback, when you have the ball with 2 minutes left, does your team believe that you're actually going to win the game? And when the other team has the ball, are they thinking, oh my God, we can't give this quarterback another chance. We've got to run this clock out. And Brock Purdy is entering that conversation as that guy. And I think he's truly still underrated by most NFL fans.
Wow, yeah, it's a great point. So you were on the show 2 years ago, and we had a couple of segments that we did, but we've started to have success with another segment we started to do after you were on, and we want to put it to you. It's called One Rep Back, and you get to redo any play from your career, get to do it better, get to do it over, differently, however you want to put it. What's the play Ryan Fitzpatrick is taking back?
Oh, that's very easy. Very easy for me. The 2015 season with the New York Jets, last game of the year, we're 10-5. We just scored a few touchdowns. we have a play call against the Buffalo Bills, and it's a double post. We got the look that we wanted. It was Leotis McKelvin at corner. Eric Decker was on the post, and it's one of those trust throws. You got
Yeah.
to get rid of it. Now, Leotis had seen the same play on tape. I think the Redskins back then ran it, and I think it was Jordan Reed that ran it and caught a touchdown. Leotis read it, trust throw. I throw it. He steps in front of Eric Decker and picks it off,
Oh,
which essentially ended our playoff chances there, and was a very, very tough one to swallow. But that certainly was the one that came top of mind when you asked me that question.
I'm sorry. That pains me. Just as a Jets, I live in New York. Jets fans
Yeah,
deserve nice things.
yeah, because it
I'm
was a
sorry,
great
bud.
year too. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a phenomenal year. They had won 4 games the year before. I wasn't even supposed to be the starter. That's the year Geno breaks his jaw,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and um, we had a wonderful year. Brandon Marshall was great that year. Eric Decker was great that year. Chris Ivory was unbelievable, and it deserved to end in the playoffs, and it just didn't happen.
When you were in the NFL, what was the number one thing that people thought you could do because you were from Harvard that you couldn't do? Like, was there like, did guys come to you with their taxes? Like, what was it? What could say you're the Harvard guy? What they assume you could do?
Well, I just thought it was funny. Like at the combine, those are the questions I had to
Yeah.
answer. Like, well, do
Yeah.
you really like football? You're not going to run off and be a doctor, are you? And it was like, okay, yeah, yeah. No, the great thing was because I went to Harvard, I could end every debate, whether I knew anything about it or not. It's like they would come to me with silly questions, like, "All right, dude, we were just getting in an argument. Like, what would hurt more, getting kicked by a donkey or slapped with the trunk of an elephant?" It was like whatever I say, like, is
Right.
possible, right? So those were the funny things. I was always the guy to end arguments because I knew everything. So I certainly used that and abused that as a young guy.
Best beard in football as of right now, in the league right now.
I mean, I think that one's pretty easy. I think it's Lane Johnson,
Yeah.
and I hope he didn't shave it. I just saw it during training camp, and it was, I mean, immaculate. The thing about Lane Johnson's beard is I don't know how much product he's putting in it. I don't know how much time he's spending in front of the mirror, but it's got a great shape to it, and it also has a good naturalness to it, to where it doesn't look like he's over grooming. So there's a ruggedness to it, but there's also a good shape. So kudos to Lane Johnson. I think he's got a wonderful beard.
It's great. And also when you don't have anything on the top of the head, going rich on the
Really?
bottom is a really good idea. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
really good
I
idea.
mean, Andrew Whitworth's the same way. Looks great,
Wit, do you know about glow ups? Wit's got it going on, man.
dude. I tell him all the time the glow up because I didn't know like Monroe Wit, but I knew LSU slash Cincinnati Bengals Wit. We played together in 2007, 2008. I mean, the guy that was on TV when I met him 3.5 years ago from his LA glow up, it's unbelievable. He's a beautiful man. He's less than 300
Beautiful.
pounds now. He's a workout warrior. But the thing about him that I think is really cool, he's so smart. And
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like the offensive linemen are having a bit of a moment here. And some of that, goes to Jason Kelsey. But Witt's another guy. Like, I am interested to hear what he says every week about the game because he loves football. He's got a great mind for it. And it's been really fun getting to reconnect with him the last few years and working with him every Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say last thing before we get to what we're doing with State Farm. What is one thing you've learned in media, just appreciating it now that you're watching from the sidelines about the sport that you maybe didn't realize when you were playing it?
Yeah, I mean, I think media is hard. I think you walk into it and you think that it's going to be easy, and so I a ton of respect. I've gained even more respect for guys like you and the things that people
Thank
do
you. That's
because
what I was looking for. Is that my
yeah,
job is harder than playing in the NFL?
no, but I mean, it got highlighted last week
Yeah.
with the Ryan Clark Peter Schrager thing, right? I mean, I think there has to be a huge respect. I think you really gain a huge respect from being an athlete and then getting into this media world with how difficult it is. And Schrager's like the kind of guy, like he puts so much work into what he does and he cares about it so much. And that comes across on the screen. And so you learn to really respect some of those guys and then try to emulate them a little bit because of how talented they are.
Yeah. All right. Tell us what you're doing with State Farm.
All right. So last year I got to do a commercial with State Farm, which was the bundle bust, but essentially they made a bust of my face. Didn't look anything like me. Really weird teeth, but it had a gold chain. Super funny. And so this year we came back and okay, the concept is going to be having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. Great. So what they're doing, there's a commercial called Talking Head, which when I saw the creative, I was like, this is going to be good. But essentially, it's my real life analyst skills pitted up against a puppet of me, like a stand-in. So there's a ventriloquist. The puppet has chest hair. The puppet has a beard. He wears my normal, like, zany shirt under my suit on Thursday night. Super funny stuff. So I I just love being involved with them. Jake is awesome. He's energetic. He's so much fun to film the commercials with. So I hope everybody enjoys it because we had a great time shooting it.
I was in an event maybe 2 years ago, and like literally some of the biggest celebrities, it was a corporate event, some of the biggest athletes on the planet were there. All anybody wanted to do was take a picture with Jake from State Farm.
When I do commercials, my kids are like, "Who you doing it with?" And I could say LeBron James, and they would be like, When I told them I was doing one with Jake from State Farm, I mean, they're like, "Can we go? Can we meet him?" He's an absolute celebrity. He's awesome, and he's a great dude as well, which goes a long way.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks, dude. See you.